Hello and welcome to The United Stand. This is your Manchester United transfer news daily where we give you all the latest Manchester United transfer news and give it that real fan opinion. And we're going to start off with the big story from yesterday. Well, I think it's the third biggest story. I actually think that Milinkovic-Savic and Fred is far more credible. But Toby Alderweireld is apparently Manchester United's man. They want him to come. You can't move for newspaper articles, videos on it. But I tell you what, first of all, I just want to say I'm not in the best of moods anyway. I'm suffering with man flu. I'm pumped up with paracetamol and I feel like crap. And I don't want to be sexist, but only men will know what man flu is. If I make it to lunchtime, it'll be a bloody miracle. So I feel a bit irritable, but this Toby Alderweireld thing, and I'm getting his name wrong, I know that, it just irritates me. I said it last week, I don't see him coming to Manchester United. And actually, I've got a big long list why I don't want him to come to Manchester United, but it was in the Evening Standard where it really broke. But then when you read the article of the Evening Standard, whilst they start off with United want to break the bank for him, you know, he's been offered 120 grand a week at Spurs to sign a new contract. He won't do it. United will offer considerably more. Spurs don't want to give him a long contract into his 30s because he's 29. United will give him a contract into his mid-30s. But then later in the article it says some sources say that Daniel Levy won't deal with Manchester United because he doesn't like him. Exactly what I've said and many others have said. Some sources say United aren't looking for a centre-back because they've got enough. So, you know, I don't think we're signing a centre-back. I don't. If we sign Alderweireld, I'll deal with it. And he is very, very good centre-back. I want to say that. He's a very, very good centre-back. But I would go for Umtiti if we can get him, if he's free. Because 50 million for a 24-year-old who can be world-class is what United should be doing. Toby Alderweireld is 29.5 in August, which is his first game for Manchester United. 29.5. He's played 13 games this season because of a serious hamstring injury. Last season, he played 30 games, literally half. So the last 2 seasons, he's been quite injury prone. And we want to go and pay 40 to 50 million pounds for somebody who's touching 30, injury prone, and he's another short-term signing. I don't want United to sign him. I think he's very good, but how many short-term signings do we want to buy? I mean, we've got nearly 50% of our first team is going to be gone in 2 or 3 years, and I don't think we need another centre-back like that. I really don't. So I wouldn't want him for that reason. But on top of that, this just stinks to me of United have got no chance of getting him. I really do think that since the Berbatov deal, Daniel Levy doesn't really want to deal with us, and if he does, he wants to bend us over and pull out as much money as he can. And would you realistically want to pay over £40 million for Toby Alderweireld? Very, very good player. Very, very good player. But very, very injury prone over the last 2 seasons and touching 30. I mean, people don't want Bale, but they want a centre-back. The problem with United is, but whoever you want as centre-back, and whether you want him, Umtiti, or who we've already got, the biggest problem Manchester United have is they need, if you look back through history, especially at Manchester United, you need 2 centre-backs that are going to play 90% of your season as a partnership. You need it. Ferdinand and Vidic, Bruce Pallister, Stam and Johnson, whoever you want to talk about, you need that. And Manchester United haven't had that for the last few years. Phil Jones could be the answer, but he can't play 50% of the season. So why go and buy another injury-prone player? This, to me, stinks of Alderweireld is definitely going to leave Spurs because he wants more than 120 grand a week by the sounds of it. He's going to leave. Pochettino's not really picking him now he's got back fit. He's going to leave. And as his agents, you mention Manchester United, because when you mention Manchester United, you can start to knock the price up. I think we will see a lot of this summer, and I think you've got to pick the wheat from the chaff. I don't think this is a deal we can do. I think this is about bumping the price up for PSG, which is where everyone has always felt he would go, or potentially Chelsea. I don't see Manchester United involved in this, and I do think we're being used. And I think if you do want him to come, park it, because if it did by some miracle happen, you'd be very, very excited. But I would not be counting my chickens on this deal. It doesn't look likely at all. It looks like we're being used. And for anybody who knows the history between Spurs and United, the recent history, they won't want to sell to us anyway. And they don't have to sell to us. If there's a bidding war, they'll sell to somebody else. But as I said, very, very good centre-back, but very injury prone, touching on 30. It will literally be 30 next season. And too short term. I don't mind experience, but we're getting too top heavy with 29, 30, 33 year olds. Too top heavy with that. So I don't think so. Let's talk. We'll talk Gulam at Napoli, because we did speak about their right back yesterday. Manchester United apparently in pole position to sign him. Napoli's left back. He has been injured for a large proportion of this season. He's good. He's good. But I'll say the same thing as what I said about their right back yesterday. Name me a defender from the Italian league who's done well, that comes to the Premier League and does well. He's 27 again. you don't get rid of Luke Shaw to sign Gulam. You don't. He's a steady Eddie. He's another FIFA 75 to 80 at everything. He's not the answer at left back. He provides some balance, which, you know, I'm all for a left-footed left back, and I'd take him over Ashley Young. I'd take me over Ashley Young, but I would take him over Ashley Young. But he's not the inspiring left-back signing we need to make. I think it's very simple, that left-back position. You either sign Alexandro and really excite people, or you keep Luke Shaw and you play him and really excite people. I think anybody else, unless you're going to get Marcelo from Real Madrid, I think anybody else is, you know, Danny Rose, sit down. Anyway, let's talk about Martial and Bale. I was asked this. This is not a story. I think it was in the Manchester Evening News the other day about Manchester United potentially offering up a swap deal for Anthony Martial and Gareth Bale. But somebody put it in the comments of the video yesterday, and actually, I might not get to reply to them, but I do get to read most of them. So if there are any questions you ever want asking in the show, I mean, I won't answer them all, but if there's a good one in there, or two, we will bring them in. So there was a question yesterday about, would you swap Anthony Martial for Gareth Bale? No, but they added in, very, very cleverly, because most people would say no, I think. Some people might say yes, but what they did say is, which I really liked about the question, they said, considering you've now said that it's best for Martial to leave, it's best for Mourinho if he leaves, and it's best for Martial's development if he leaves, would you swap Martial for Bale in that mindset? Yes, I would. No, only because I really do think Martial is going to go. I don't want Martial to go, and if it was just a pure and simple decision, you know, even 3 weeks ago, I'd have said no, it's disgusting. And it is disgusting to get rid of Martial. I agree, it's totally against what we should be doing. But it's better for him to go. It's better for his development to go. And Mourinho's never going to really take to him. So from a selfish Manchester United point of view, if Martial's going anyway, what are the options? We sell him to Chelsea and get Willian. We sell him to Real Madrid, we get Bale. We sell him to Juventus and we get Dybala. I mean, some people might prefer that. But actually, I wouldn't. The thing is Martial for Bale a straight swap? Good value for money. You see, Willian and Martial plus 40 million from Chelsea is probably, I don't want to do it, but it's good value for money. Dybala and Martial, we'd probably have to give them a bit of money. Martial and Bale, I think, would be a straight swap. And that, to me, again, you're talking about Gareth Bale knocking on the door of 30 and injury prone. You can't be hypocritical and say, yeah, let's do that, when you've just said Alderweireld would be a bad deal. I'd want a bit of money from Real Madrid as well. I'd want something in that deal that, if they ever sell him, or there's a buyback clause or something in that. I don't think a straight swap for Martial or Bale to answer that question. Anyway, I'm very proud of myself for getting through that. Please do drop a like on the video. I feel like absolute shite. We have got some cracking videos coming up for you anyway. We're starting to build. Today is the day we're going to start building towards the Chelsea game. Obviously, Transfer Daily will still be on every day till Friday on 7 a.m. And if there is any transfer news, which I suspect there's going to be, because it's the transfer window opens tomorrow. But we'll start building a little bit towards the FA Cup today as well. Got some really, really good videos lined up that don't involve necessarily me. So they will, but you know, we've got some really good guests. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Get your comments below, get your questions in below, and I'll speak to you all later. I'm off back to bed. Lemsip, hot water bottle, and Jeremy Kyle. Any old shit.